Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Ollie Davis. One of the main criticisms of WWE these days is they don't listen to their fan base. They'll doggedly keep certain wrestlers in babyface or heel roles even when they're getting the opposite reactions from the crowd. The widely reported plan for this year's WrestleMania is for The Undertaker to take on Roman Reigns, as was set up when the Big Dog eliminated the Dead Man from last month's Royal Rumble match. To prove this is what WWE fans are calling out for, a poll went up on their website asking, which superstar do you most want to see step in the ring with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33? There's loads of great options, but no Titus O'Neil, so I'm going to go, obviously, the fans most want to see Roman Reigns. Wait a second. He's fourth behind John Cena's 35%, AJ Styles is 25%, and Goldberg's 13%. According to one report, though, one person very much wants to see The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns at Mania, The Undertaker himself. Undertaker versus John Cena was the heavily rumoured matchup until a few weeks ago, where according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Vince McMahon had actually been wanting to make Taker versus Reigns for some time. And that with Undertaker's condition the way it is, this could have been the last chance to do it. There is the idea of a generational passing of the torch. Now a new report has come out from Wrestling News World, who aren't as reliable as the Wrestling Observer but have had scoops in the past, saying that it was actually Undertaker who pitched to face Reigns, whom he wants to lose to at WrestleMania. In recent years, Taker has apparently always said after his WrestleMania matches that he's wrestled his last. But by the time WWE's biggest show of the year rolls around again, he's ready to go once more. This year is different in that Undertaker is insisting WrestleMania 33 will be his last match before instead of after the event, and Vince McMahon is taking him very seriously. Taker has been putting off a hip replacement until his career is over, and he's reportedly in more and more pain because of it. Just see how limited his movement was in the Royal Rumble match. Wrestling News World notes Undertaker's hip replacement is scheduled for after WrestleMania, and he's told Vince he'll never wrestle after he gets the new hip. With this in mind, the site claims Taker went to Vince to ask if he could work with a younger guy for his final match instead of a more established talent like John Cena, especially after having already put over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. Vince apparently suggested Braun Strowman, but Taker preferred Reigns. The site notes that while Taker wants to give Roman the win because he's an old school guy and wants to do the honours on his way out, Vince has the final say and will decide the end result. There's only one way Undertaker losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania is going to work for me, and that's if Reigns turns heel. Over at Impact Wrestling, which is TNA's new name, I still haven't gotten used to that, nor the giant bird in their logo, Dave Meltzer has reported that Jeff Jarrett is now pretty much in charge of the promotion. There's a lot of unhappiness with Jeff, with the idea that they thought with Anthem that it was going to be new people involved as opposed to going back to Jeff, who already ran the company before. Impact's last batch of television tapings took place at the start of this year. The next run will be the first under Jeff's new regime, which includes Dutch Mantel in creative, the former Zeb Coulter in WWE, and Scott D'Amore, who worked for TNA from 2003 to 2010 and has been with Jarrett's Global Force Wrestling since 2014, as reported by Pro Wrestling Sheet. John Gaborick, the previous head of Impact's creative, is still with the company but out of the picture. And Dixie Carter is out of the picture completely because Dixie and Jeff can't coexist. This will make the next few weeks very interesting. Not only are Impact Wrestling's next batch of TV tapings due soon, which is well worth first see the new regime's creative direction, but Drew Galloway and Matt and Jeff Hardy's contracts are all up for renewal. Meltzer notes that it's not a secret that WWE wants the Hardys, but they'll probably want to stay with Impact because of the creative freedom. If the new regime takes that away from the Broken Hardys, however, this could hugely play into their decision on whether or not they'll stay with the company. Meltzer goes on to note that Anthem Sports and Entertainment, Impact Wrestling's new owners, have spent a lot of money recently, including buying out former TNA president Billy Corgan, and that they're trying not to spend money. There's the feeling that they're trying to cut down on talent. There's no word on if that'll play into the Hardys and Galloway's contract negotiations. In a positive move, however, Impact are positioning themselves as a player in the increasingly hostile world of wrestling geopolitics. politics. A working relationship with Japan's Pro Wrestling Noah has already been announced, and they're expected to forge another with Conan's Crash promotion in Mexico. What do you think about Jeff Jarrett gaining control of Impact Wrestling? Point out that with Double J booking TNA and the Randy Orton vs John Cena match on last night's SmackDown, we might need to get to work on that flux capacitor soon in the comments below. If you want to watch how I think The Undertaker's WrestleMania opponent is chosen, or my review of this week's Raw, click the videos to the left and subscribe. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.